Coming up on OnTV Update, we take a look at a local favorite to get a tasty treat.
Now, from the EMC studio at Onondaga Community College, this is OnTV Update.
Good morning and welcome to OnTV Update. Today is Friday, May 10th. I'm Colo Pedisano.
And I'm Sarah Hutman. Before we get to that story, according to CNN on Tuesday, 2 students from Stemstool Highlands Ranch in Colorado opened fire in 2 classrooms. The investigation is ongoing in a small suburb not far from Denver, where the Columbine shooting occurred 20 years ago.
One of the students, Kendrick Castillo, attempted to stop one of the shooters and was killed in the process. The shooters in question were arrested, but after they had killed 1 and injured 8. Our condolences go out to the Castillo family and all of those affected. On a lighter note, it's May, so that means summer's almost here. And if you're looking to satisfy that sweet tooth, OnTV Update's Braylon Noble shows us a great place to go for a frozen treat.
With warmer months right around the corner, local business owner Doug Dixon has opened Abbott's Frozen Custard for the summer season.
I open at noon every day and close at 9 o'clock at night in the spring and the fall. And then from about the middle of May to Labor Day, I'll stay open until 10. For the season, I open first weekend in April, end of March until Columbus Day weekend.
While running the shop may be serious business, the employees love the environment.
The best part about working here, I think, would be being around people. I like, meeting new people, meeting new friends. I got to meet a whole new employee, new friends, new relationships, and then the customers, of course. I love being able to interact with them on a day-to-day basis.
Abbott serves many flavors, but a local favorite is the chocolate almond. Although serving frozen treats, Abbott's Frozen Custard differs from your regular ice cream stand.
Frozen custard is made with just the egg yolk, and ice cream is just the egg whites. So it's naturally a little richer and creamier, and then the way we make it here is a whole different process as compared to soft serve. It's not injected with air and made fluffy, it stays creamy, and that's why we scoop it out of bins.
In Syracuse, Braylon Noble, OnTV Update.
Doug Dixon would like to remind everyone that Abbott's Frozen Custard is located on 4282 Fay Road and is open every day from 12 p.m. to 9 p.m. He encourages everyone to stop down to cool down for preparation for warmer temperatures. This year's Party on the Quad is lining up to be a smash hit. I met with student government officials to talk about their plans for this year and how students can get involved in the planning process for next year's. On the first floor of the Gordon Student Center in the Office of Student Leadership and Engagement, Brianna Churchio works to better student life across campus.
As president, I'm supposed to help make sure all of the positions are collaborating together, make sure the students are feeling like welcome and connected to the administration within the college.
Patrick McGinnis is the Vice President of Entertainment and Programming and is in charge of making sure things run smoothly for this year's Party on the Quad, the end of the year celebration.
Well, okay, well, there'll be you'll get a cool iced tea cup that has OCC on it. You can fill it up with iced tea. You can get shades. We'll have shirts that'll be kind of neat and themed of that. I think there's going to be like spin art frisbees there, so you can like spin art on a frisbee and keep it. If you want to get involved in student government or give feedback on this year's Party on the Quad, you can come down to Gordon 114, or you can download this app to stay connected. Student government is dedicated to improving life on campus and providing spaces like the Laser Lounge and events like Party on the Quad to help students relax in times of stress like the end of the semester.
Party on the Quad is one of the biggest events that we do, and all of this, there's so many students there.
The Office of Student Leadership and Engagement is open from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Monday through Friday and appreciates hearing students' concerns. In Gordon Student Center, OnTV Update. This year's Party on the Quad takes place on Monday, May 13th from 10 to 2. Students can receive free merchandise and refreshments.
Finals are next week, and many students are feeling the pressure to study and prepare for the week ahead. Here are a few tips that could help you make the grade. Most importantly, do not skip breakfast the day of the exam. The first meal of the day can be the most important to get you ready for the day. Plan ahead when studying so you don't have to cram for the night before the test. and take advantage of the resources here on campus. Use the textbooks in the library or talk to the tutors in the Learning Center. Follow these steps and you will be one step closer to ensuring your success.
Coming up after the break, we will take a look at the race that has been bringing families together for Mother's Day.
But first, we look at how the warmer temperatures have been affecting the OCC campus. Next on OnTV Update.
My favorite class to teach is probably the writing scripts. I enjoy working with students on creative writing, and though I enjoy all the classes that I teach, to be honest, there's an energy that creative endeavors like writing scripts allows you to have. That energy just kind of bubbles through the whole term, and so it makes it a lot of fun.
Kappa is the honor society for two-year colleges. Well, I was first appointed by the president to be the Phi Theta Kappa advisor, and I think that I've stuck with it so long because I see that it really does make a difference in students' lives. My role as a Phi Theta Kappa advisor gives me a unique opportunity to form close relationships with students and really see them grow. Come to OCC with an open mind, come here, work hard, and make it happen.
Living on campus is a lot more convenient than living at home because everything I do is on campus, so I can just easily go to places I need, whether it be advising, whether it be getting tutored. Everything's just like within just slight reach. You get a lot of help here. All of the professors I've ever had have been really, really great, really involved, and guide you in the right direction on what you want to do. And it also just lets me get into the whole community aspect of college. That's really important.
Passion for cooking, then sharpen your culinary talents with a degree in hospitality management from Onondaga Community College. You'll take courses in our new state-of-the-art kitchen that prepare you to be creative and enhance your culinary skills while learning how to take charge of a professional kitchen. Apply now at sunyocc.edu to start your career in hospitality.
I knew I wanted to go to a community college just because it saves money. It's not like a high school classroom. Favorite part of my classes would be the hands-on experiences. You can go into a lab and watch it happen. It's not just ink blots on a page. It's in motion. The faculty is great. They really care about the students. The majority of my professors, they're very patient, fairly understanding. I would highly recommend OCC. I would say go for it.
Welcome back to OnTV Update. I'm Cole Pedisano.
And I'm Sarah Hutman. We've had a welcome change from the cold temperatures we've had recently this week.
Joel Carlino is in for the weather forecast. Any chance for this warm weather to continue into Mother's Day weekend, Joel?
Well, unfortunately, Cole, the warmer weather is only going to stick around for today. According to weather.com, the high today will be 71 degrees, but the temperatures will start to drop this evening. We'll also see scattered thunderstorms throughout the early part of this afternoon. Going into the weekend, it will be a lot cooler on Saturday with a high of 55 and a low of 43. Temperatures will stay in the high 50s to end the weekend, but unfortunately, it will be accompanied by some steady rain that will stay until Tuesday. So if you're going to the party on the quad on Monday, you may want to bring an umbrella. The sun will finally come back out on Wednesday as we see temperatures rise to 62 with a low of 42. We certainly got a lot of April showers this year. I went out to find out if these Mayflowers are going to stick around. The bad, gloomy, and rainy weather of April seems to be behind us, and May is providing us with the beautiful sights we associate with spring. According to meteorology professor Marty Martino, this weather is here to stay.
We've been gradually seeing the temperatures increase, the nighttime lows by about 10 degrees on the average every couple of weeks, and the average highs increasing by about 10 degrees.
Here in Central New York, we often have some days of good weather with sudden bad weather. Professor Martino lets us know why.
There's a lot of interaction between the warm weather to the south and towards the equator, and the really colder weather to our north in the higher latitudes.
Warmer weather and sunshine means that students can hang out more outside, study, or even eat their lunch.
I've been in a lot of a better mood. Like, we had a final project due, and so I sat outside yesterday when it was nice out, and I sat right on the quad. It was nice to be outside for a little bit.
With the better weather, more events could happen on the quad, just like this spring festival hosted by the South Asia Club. We may not know for sure how long this good weather will stick around, but we can take advantage of it while it lasts. To take advantage of this warm spring weather, you can see the full list of events on OCC's website.
The 6th annual Mother's Day 5K and 10K is going on this weekend right here in Syracuse. The event hopes to bring in families from all over the community. For that very reason, the event is a virtual race, which means participants are welcome to run, jog, or walk in any location they may choose in the hopes that it will encourage families to join together. Participants are not bound to run in any selective area. However, for those wishing to race alongside others, the main site of the race itself will start at 5640 East Taft Road and will begin promptly at 4 p.m. Registration is $20 for the event.
Coming up on OnTV Update, the OCC baseball team came up just short in their bid for the Sophomore Day sweep last Saturday. Tommy Valentine will be in after the break with the highlights.
But first, we'll take an inside access look at the men's lacrosse team and their preparation leading up to last Saturday's Region 3 championship game. We'll be right back with more OnTV Update.
I really enjoy the potential to work closely with students. Oftentimes, we're fortunate enough to have small classes. Typically, we do a lot of class discussions, we do a lot of exercises that deal with student writing. I try to get the students to interact with each other. I think there's a pretty good balance between students working on their writing and sharing thoughts about writing. Yeah, I think OCC is a strong consideration for any student.
We offer a variety of experiences, and the idea is that you're still learning to play your instrument, but you're learning to express it in different formats. We have a lot of opportunities for students to play and learn about different ways to use their instrument to make music. We have a variety of concerts and events. We bring in alumni, but also our students perform, and they get to have those experiences. And it really is a chance to shine quickly.
What I like about the dorms is how social it is and the community that's built around it and how we all come together to share thoughts and ideas.
Even when you think you're alone, you're not really alone because you're always going to live with somebody and they're always going to want to speak to you. And there's always a person waiting to make a new friend.
I met my friends through some common hobbies we all share, like playing video games. So I met a lot of cool people that way and I enjoy the company of my friends.
It's a smallish community, small campus. It's nice to be able to walk everywhere. The college has tons of opportunities for help and assistance in your classes. It's great. My OAR advisor, Office of Accessibility Resources, the people there are always there to help you. They always ask, how my day was so far and all that. They're really nice and helpful there. If you talk to them, they will do something for you if they can.
Welcome back to OnTV Update. I'm Tommy Valentine. Here at OCC, we've grown accustomed to the dominance of our men's lacrosse team. But what does it take for this group to compete at such a high level year in and year out? I joined the team during their practices leading up to last Saturday's championship game with Monroe to find out just what makes this group click.
Oh, family on three. 1, 2, 3.
Family!
Woo! Keep moving, Gav. Carry it up to him. Let's get it, Kyle.
It's one game at a time, but this game for us is huge, and it's the first opportunity that we've had that we're vulnerable in the sense that, it's win or go home. Set. These guys don't want to go home. They want to, spend some time together and go all the way through finals and hopefully, play for a championship.
Check, Sam!
Obviously it's a great opportunity we have this weekend, so these next 2 days have got to be perfect as far as practice-wise. This whole week has really been gearing up for this Saturday.
I'm one. Next time! Good work, Christian!
We've been off for a couple weeks, so I think one of the main things we're trying to do is obviously keep getting better at our stuff, but keep the competitive culture up. These guys are they're itching to play against someone, so they're going to compete in practice. So you got to be careful of that. But it's just trying to keep that competitive edge going into this game.
You try to practice hard every day, but when you're fighting for a championship, let alone a game, let alone a championship, I should say, it's something special, and it's just a different feel around the practice field.
These guys have been through some stuff, and right now they're enjoying being in the playoffs and having that that opportunity to win a trophy on Saturday.
Let's go, baby. Come on. Let's go. Family on 3, 1, 2, 3.
As for the actual game itself, well, let's just say that the team clearly kept their word. This one was in the Lasers' control from the opening face-off. We'll pick it up in the second quarter. OCC already up 14-0. That's when sophomore Carl Flinter spins and scores, capping off the Lasers' 15-goal run to start the game. The scoring didn't stop there, though. In the third, check out Gavin Kesserling airing out for one of his 5 goals on the day, tying Kyle Worsley for a game high. In the fourth, all OCC had to do was watch the clock wind down as they win their 15th straight Region 3 championship. They take down Monroe in this one. 23-4 was the final. And it's going to be a busy day tomorrow on Chuck Wilbur Field. At 11 o'clock, the women's team takes on the Erie Cats in the quarterfinals of their regional tournament. And at 3, the men take the field against Mercer County in the quarterfinals of their national championship tournament. To the diamond now, where things have not gone quite as smoothly for the OCC baseball team. For a program that's won 30 or more games in 4 of their last 6 seasons, finishing the year with a sub-500 record is a tough pill to swallow. Due to a rainout on Tuesday, last Saturday's series with Tompkins-Cortland ended up being the final one of the year. It was sophomore day as well, and after winning Game 1 in walk-off fashion, the Lasers were looking for a sweep with a win in Game 2. But they could not get past the Panthers' starting pitcher Hyun-Ho Cho. The freshman from South Korea tossed a complete game, allowing just 1 run on 6 hits while striking out 10. Things didn't come easy all day, though, for Cho. In the bottom of the first, bases loaded. He gets out of the jam by striking out Joe Malaro. It was 1-1 heading to the top of the 5th when the Panthers finally gave Cho a little run support. Alex Babcock laces one past the third baseman, bringing in Ethan Buckley. And a batter later, it's Joseph Tomino's turn. He would drive an RBI double just over the head of right fielder Justin Bristol. That would make it 3-1 Panthers, and it would be all the help Cho needed. Again, bases loaded in the 6th. Cho pulls off the Houdini act, striking out Jordan Goldman to work out of trouble. The Panthers would go on to win this one 4-1. The Lasers fall short of a sweep on sophomore day as they finish the year with an overall record of 12-23.
I give them respect because there were 13 freshmen on last year's team. 6 of them left and went to a neighboring junior college. And the 7 that stayed really didn't know me, I didn't know them, and they've all played hard and worked hard. I just want the kids to get better as the year goes on, and right now we're better than we were the first day. Again, I don't think this has been a failure, though. I don't judge win and loss as success or failure. I just judge how you are as a person and how hard you work.
And finally, men's lacrosse wasn't the only team that brought home some Region 3 hardware this past weekend. The men's tennis team took first place in their tournament out at Drumlins. The Lasers went 9-0 overall, winning all of their single and doubles matches. A few of the first highlights in first singles, OCC's Sebastian Perez took down SUNY Broom's Freddie Purpura in straight sets. And in second doubles, the duo of Zeke Martin and Jeremy Attrill took down a pair of Hawks from Mohawk Valley. 8-0 was the score there. A pretty successful year for the tennis teams here at OCC. Of course, the women won their regional tournament as well back in the fall.
And with the men's lacrosse team and track and field team, that's already 3 programs this year making it to their national championship.
And don't forget about the women's lacrosse and softball teams. They could both make it with the way they've been playing lately. Thanks, Tommy. When we come back, we will take a look at the grand opening for the Erie Canal Park and Museum.
But first, we'll meet a former OCC music student who is now making her way up in the music industry. We'll be right back on OnTV Update.
Kappa is the honor society for 2-year colleges. Well, I was first appointed by the president to be the Phi Theta Kappa advisor, and I think that I've stuck with it so long because I see that it really does make a difference in students' lives. My role as a Phi Theta Kappa advisor gives me a unique opportunity to form close relationships with students and really see them grow. Come to OCC with an open mind, come here, work hard, and make it happen.
Living on campus is a lot more convenient than living at home because everything I do is on campus, so I can just easily go to places I need, whether it be advising, whether it be getting tutored. Everything's just like within just slight reach. You get a lot of help here. All of the professors I've ever had have been really, really great, really involved, and guide you in the right direction on what you want to do. And it also just lets me get into the whole community aspect of college. That's really important.
Everybody like on the edge of their seats yelling. People want to see you do good. People actually coming out to watch me play. So it definitely give me an incentive to play hard, get some buckets. I guess it's one of the top JUCOs in the country. This is a good program to get your name out there. I like to go by like the sky is the limit. Like you can do anything you put your mind to. Like I didn't really know I was gonna break a record. I just kind of figured like if I was to put all in the work in, you could do anything that you put your mind to. If you're gonna work hard or something, just give it your all.
Because we're a two-year school, you're going to play right away. As a freshman, you're going to get pretty good parts, and as a sophomore, you're going to have all the best stuff. We have a lot of non-majors involved, and they can play in ensembles, they can take lessons, they can take music classes. They really could do all the music major things. There are no barriers to that. We have great equipment, we have great facilities. It's a lot of fun to be here. There's a lot of energy, and we do a lot of performing, which makes everybody kind of energetic and working towards those goals together, and it makes it a lot of fun.
I really enjoy the potential to work closely with students. Oftentimes, we're fortunate enough to have small classes. Typically, we do a lot of class discussions, we do a lot of exercises that deal with student writing. I try to get the students to interact with each other. I think there's a pretty good balance between students working on their writing and sharing thoughts about writing. Yeah, I think OCC is a strong consideration for any student.
This is Ontv Update.
Welcome back to Ontv Update. I'm Sarah Hutman.
And I'm Cole Pedisano. Many college students get their degree only to wonder how they will use it in the future.
Local musician Rhiannon Payne left OCC knowing she would be using her training to help her in her future music career. At just 3 years old, Rhiannon Payne was singing for her friends and family, so it was no surprise to them when she found her way into music as a career.
It always seemed like the most natural progression for me because I considered being a veterinarian, I considered being a hairdresser, and like all of these other things, and none of them were as comfortable and natural as the progression of me just becoming a musician or just kind of becoming more of myself, because I was always a musician even when I was like little, so I think it was just meant to be.
Even before her career, when she performed at school shows and competitions, Rhiannon was making a big impression with her musical talents.
I remember the first time I ever heard her play. I was absolutely mind blown because it was just like the most authentic and raw voice that I'd ever heard live.
She came to Onondaga Community College for classical musical training, and when she left with her degree, she applied that training as she started her music career. First, she recorded a few singles, and then began recording her first album, Folklore.
And we just started like full throttle going into her musician career, and then we started recording her album. And as soon as I heard the pieces like all put together and composed, I was absolutely convinced that she was going to be famous.
Rhiannon's lyrics are all written from personal experience, but she leaves her music up to the interpretation of the listener to hear it and feel it as they understand.
I want them to feel like there's somebody else out there that went through that, you know, or to feel a little uplifted, because I really like happy music. I'm a very optimistic person. I think that I just want people to feel something whenever they listen to my music, good or bad.
Rhiannon says it will likely be a while before she puts out another album, but she will not stop making music anytime soon.
The small town of Camillus saw a new addition come to the area. The new Erie Canal boat tours allow people to come and relax on a lazy afternoon. Ontv Update's Jeremy Roach takes us to this new attraction.
The Erie Canal has always been a historical figure throughout central New York, but with all the urbanization coming to this area, parts of the canal have been removed for either roads or train tracks. David Beebe wants to change that and put the remaining sections of the canal into good use.
Today is our first day. We usually open up the first Sunday of May. And we've been in preparation for this for probably a month and a half. And today we'll see how many people have read the paper. We have 4 boats available.
If visitors don't feel like taking a boat tour, they can go inside the Camillus Erie Canal Museum right by the dock.
This is a replica of an 1895 general store that once stood not here, but stood behind me 2 miles to the east.
This museum holds hundreds of artifacts like some old locks and keys to a rusty bell, and also includes a miniature version of the Erie Canal navigation locks. Across the room, visitors can find a large yellow lantern with a light from a lighthouse right next to it. This museum is one of many more options. David's wife Liz provides some more activities for people to enjoy.
It's also a very unique recreational area. And so you'll see people bicycling, you'll see people fishing, kayaking, canoeing, and of course we offer boat rides on the historical canal.
Take a walk or run down one of the trails that go along the entire canal where people can get a glimpse of its past, including an old-fashioned pulley system, a beat-up wooden boat, and an outdoor schoolhouse. But about a mile downstream is where people will find one of the canal's most historical sites.
This is the 9 Mile Creek Aqueduct. It was completed in 1841 to connect the Erie Canal over the 9 Mile Creek, and to this day it is still the only working aqueduct in all of New York State.
What we'd like people to take away is really knowledge about the old Erie Canal and its historical significance, and how actually it made New York State the Empire State.
In Camillus, Jeremy Roach, Ontv Update.
For a boat ride on the Erie Canal, any adult must pay $3, while children under 12 are free of charge.
With spring in the air and things beginning to warm up, the flowers have gone into bloom here on the OCC campus. It has caused some to celebrate the changing times. Ontv Update's Cody Woodard takes a look at one of these events, the Holly Festival.
With the Onondaga community now reaching the forefront of spring, some on campus have taken to celebrating the appearance of these colorful sights in the form of the Holly Festival, a cultural event hosted by the South Asia Club. I asked club advisor Saxena Anisha just what the event was.
It is an event that is celebrated in South Asia, India and Nepal particularly. It is a religious festival which has taken a secular life. So not only Hindus, but everybody celebrates it. It's a spring festival, and then it has the secular where people throw color at each other.
The event is considered a national holiday for many in South Asia, and it's Ashnia's hope that by bringing a little color to campus, it could help spread a cultural unity towards the spring. And one of the best ways to do that is by throwing colors at one another.
The Holly event here at OCC hopes to spread cultural awareness by using a variety of different substances and different methods. One such method is colors.
However, to spread cultural awareness will require more than just throwing color at one another. So I asked South Asia Club President Benjamin Smolin just how these events will help in the future and what message he hoped those who attended this event will be able to take away from it.
Yeah, I guess it's that, people of different cultures and different backgrounds aren't that different after all. We all enjoy the same things, fun celebrations.
And it is the club's hope that people realize that we can agree on more than just the color of spring. Outside Mawinnie Hall, Cody Woodard, Ontv Update.
The Student Government Association encourages students not only to participate in the upcoming spring events, but to meet some of the students at the events in the hopes of bringing people together. We've seen a lot of rain lately. I'm hoping that it'll clear up for Mother's Day weekend.
So do I, Sarah. Joel Carlino is back for our weekend weather forecast. How are things shaping up for this Mother's Day weekend, Joel?
Well, you might want to put outdoor plans on hold for Mother's Day weekend. Today we'll see some thunderstorms with a high of 71 and a low of 42. Saturday will be the only good day out of the weekend, being partly cloudy with a high of 55 and a low of 43. Then some rain showers on Sunday as it stays in the mid-50s, also with the lows staying in the 40s.
Thanks for that update, Joel. That's all the time we have for today. Thank you for joining us for our final morning broadcast.
From all of us here in the EMC department, have a happy Mother's Day weekend. This has been Ontv Update.